What's going on, people? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit of boxing. We got the upcoming fight between Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder, and that's on the 4th of April, 26 at the O2 Arena. So I'm just going to look through the last few fights that Wilder's had. Wilder, if I can remember, is coming off a win from Terrell Hendon. He done quite well in that fight. I remember I watched little snippets of it. He done reasonably well, because prior to that he came off a few losses. But looking at this fight, I don't believe this is the Wilder that even faced Tyson Fury. I believe this version of Deontay Wilder it kind of looks like the power's gone. He don't look as dangerous. The movement's not there, and the movement weren't great in the first place. The footwork, everything just seems like a faded version of Wilder. So looking at this version of Wilder, and obviously Chisora's not what he was a few years ago, I still have Chisora winning by, I say, a stoppage midway through the fight. I'd say from the 6th to the 8th round, I've got Chisora winning by, I'd say, KO. I can't see it ending the other way. I don't think Wilder can take a punch. So, but like I say, Wilder's got reason to be confident, because Chisora, with Derek, you just don't know what version of Chisora you're going to get. But he's not the greatest boxer himself. We all know this. But looking at Deontay Wilder's last few fights, I'm just going to go and double check. He had Terrell Anthony Hendon, which he won that fight. It was a TKO fight, so it was a good win for Wilder, and he needed that, to be honest. So I think he stopped him in the 7th round. Before that one, that's the KO loss to Zhili Zhang. That was a bad knockout in the 5th round. Yeah, and I think that was a bad knockout. Prior to that one, he lost the unanimous decision to Parker. He done well not to get knocked out in that fight, because Parker was all over him from the beginning. He took a lot of punishment in that fight. And that's the thing, looking at his fights, he's took so much punishment. He actually beat Robert Helenia, so I watched that fight. I remember that one. Good win, KO win, 1st round knockout. Helenius just came for a check. That was pointless. And then before that was the last Fury fight. So that's Wilder. So 4 losses, 1 draw. But yeah, I mean, at least when Wilder retires, because I don't think he's got too many fights left in. I thought personally he was going to retire. I didn't think this fight was going to happen, but it's probably the last payday, get a little money, sail off into the sunset. But 44 wins, four losses, and 1 draw. It's a respectable record. It's quite decent. Remember, Wilder was champion for about, I'm sure he was champion for about 6 or I think it was 7 defenses. So that's decent. That's quite good for Deontay Wilder. Remember, he came into the game late. He only got into boxing to support his daughter, so I got to respect it still. But I just can't see this version of Deontay Wilder doing much, to be honest. But I'll tune into the fight. It's gonna be good while it lasts. But yeah, just gonna go and look at Chisora's record now, because I can't remember the last person he fighted. But yeah, Chisora. I just think that it's his last fight. Apparently, this is his signing off fight. So hopefully he will actually stick to his word and retire, because Derek's took a lot of punishment, and the rumours were the British border boxing said, like, this is it. He's no more. So yeah, let me go through Chisora's record, because I can barely remember his fight. He's lost a lot of fights though. 36 fights, 13 losses, and no draws. But with Chisora, you know that the fight's always going to be entertaining. He always puts on a show regardless. So that's one thing we got to give him. He's a warrior still. You got to rate Chisora. He's definitely a warrior. But if you go through the last few fights, obviously he's got the Wilder fight coming up, the 4th of April. Otto Wallin, he won on a unanimous decision. That was a good fight, actually. Derek slugged it out. Joe Joyce, he beat. I actually thought Joe Joyce was going to beat him. So that was an impressive win for Chisora. That was a real good win for him still, because I thought Joyce was going to knock him out in about 4 or 5 rounds. So that was a good win. Gerald Washington, he won as well. That's another guy that I think Wilder knocked him out going back a couple of years. I think it was about 3 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago, he knocked out Gerald Washington. But that was a good win for Derek. He won that on a unanimous decision. Obviously, he lost to Fury. And he beat Pulev, which, again, that's another good win for Chisora. So, again, it's like Wilder, Derek's, they got a few wins. Derek's the more informed fighter, in my opinion. But I can't see Wilder beating him. He lost to Parker. You know what I mean? It's, same as Wilder. And then obviously lost to Usyk, and then we're going back to David Price. That's like going way back. But I can't see Wilder beating Chisora. But it's going to be a good fight, and I'm definitely going to be locked in watching that one because it's going to be entertaining while it lasts. If Wilder can turn back the hands of time, you know what I mean, and land that right hand, that windmill that he used to land in, he's even dropped Fury with it. So we know that power, he's got the capability, but it's whether he can dig deep and find that I don't know, the power that he used to have. Going off his last fights, it looks like it's gone. And as well, his chin's not holding up, his legs ain't holding up. So I just don't see it. So that's that fight. But just going through some boxing news, I'm hearing, I hope it ain't true, but I'm hearing that Carl Froch and Fury's dad, John Fury, the fight might actually go ahead on like I don't know what platform, just say a platform like Misfits or something. Hopefully it's not true because I don't think no one really wants to see it, and I personally don't think it will happen, but this is what I'm hearing, so we'll have to look out for that one and see if that's really going to happen. If it happens, which I don't think it will, I think Fury gets him out of there within one, top max 2 rounds. I think. How old is John Fury? Because Froch is like mid-40s. So John Fury's got what? He's got to be close to 60. Yeah, it's not a good idea. So like you're talking an ex-Hall of Famer against a man that's like close to 60 or 60. Who knows? He's quite old. Yeah, it wouldn't be wise for John Fury to take that fight. So hopefully that's just fake news. But I'm seeing a couple channels posting it. So I'm gonna look more into that still. Another good fight coming up that I'll definitely be watching is Atama and Franklin. That's definitely a good fight. I'm gonna look on Moses Atama's box recs because I mean the last fight of his that I watched was the Dillian White fight, and obviously he looked devastating in that fight. You know what I mean? Moses Atama. I think he's gonna be world champion soon. I don't know who he's gonna have to fight because it looks like Usyk is fully booked. So he's going to have to go down a different avenue to become world champion. But he's definitely someone we need to keep our eyes on. And then again, he's got his stablemate, Fabio Wardley, that is also champion. I don't think that will happen. So I'm not sure what road he's going to go down. But he's still, as they say, kind of green. He's 13-0. He looks really good though. I've been watching a few of his fights I've watched most of his fights since he's turned pro. But yeah, he's definitely got to keep your eye on this one because I reckon he's going to be champion within the next year. I think he's definitely got what it takes. He's fast, skillful. He's got power. He's got hand speeds just like lightning. He's got the footwork. He can get in and out quickly enough. He's very accurate with his shots, and he's a southpaw as well. So it's tricky fighting southpaws. You can't. It's hard to train for them. So he causes a lot of problems for a lot of fighters. I mean, if you remember the Dillian White fight, Dillian White didn't know what to do with him. I thought Dillian White was going to be the person that gives Atamu the rounds, but obviously the fight, I think it lasted like 2 minutes. So yeah, that was his last fight. First round TKO Dillian White. That was brutal. Before that was Mike Balogun. I watched that fight as well. That was a second round knockout as well. So he's just making light work of his opponents. Before that, obviously these guys ain't really known. You got Dempsey McKean, first round again. You got Maurice Wack. Even Maurice Wack, I thought would have gave him a few more rounds. So yeah, it's going to be hard for Franklin. Personally, I can't see Franklin. I say 2 rounds, just like the rest of them. I don't see how Franklin is gonna put up much of a challenge. I know Franklin done well against Anthony Joshua, and you know he lost that fight fair and square. He done better against Dillian White. Obviously, he believes he won against Dillian White, but he didn't get a decision. But he put up a good performance, but he just fell a little bit short. But against Moses Atama now, at this stage in Franklin's career, yeah, it's gonna be hard for him. But he believes in himself. But I can't see it happening. I just can't see it. Moses is too young, too fresh, too active, too powerful. So it's going to be hard for Jermaine Franklin. But I'm going to look at Jermaine Franklin's records because, to be honest, I ain't kept up to date with him. But the last fight I saw him, he looked a bit scrappy. But I can't even, to be honest, I don't follow him that much. And ever since he lost to Dillian White, I ain't really been interested. But I'm glad for him that he's got himself back in the mix. But I'm just feeling like they're just feeding him to the lions, like he's just food for Moses Atama, because in my opinion, it's not going past 2 rounds. But I'm just gonna have a look at his record on BoxRec because I can't. Yeah, I'll be interested to see his last 5 fights. So we got Jermaine Franklin. 24-2. That's not too bad. Ain't too bad, to be honest. So I just want to see the caliber of opponents, because even though as good as Moses Atama looks, the caliber of opponent ain't that great, because even though he beat Dillian White, that wasn't the Dillian White that fought Anthony Joshua, because the Dillian White that fought Anthony Joshua would have put up a much better performance, he would have definitely got some rounds. And yeah, so I don't believe you can really say that's like the proper version of Dillian White. So looking at Jermaine Franklin's last few fights, he won against Ivan Dyko. He won unanimous decision that went 10 rounds, so he got his rounds in. What's this? He beat Devin Vargas, and that was he stopped him in the 6th round. That's quite good. So he's coming off a little victory there. Who was the fight before Vargas? He's got Isaac Munoz Gutierrez. He beat him. And then obviously prior to that was Joshua, where he lost the unanimous decision. So he done well because he didn't get knocked out by Joshua. So that was good. He actually put up a good fight. I remember watching that live. But he's actually got a decent record. He beat Rodney Moore? And beat Pavel Sauer. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, yeah, these guys ain't really that great. The best name on there is obviously Joshua and Dillian White, which he both lost to. So there is only 2 losses on his record. But again, at this stage in his career, I can't see it going past 2 rounds with Moses Atama. I just think Atama's too dangerous, and they're good matchmakers when it comes to picking fights for Atama. They're not going to put him in there with someone at this stage, 13 fights in, that they think he can beat, when they're talking about him fighting Usyk. So they know really this is a fight, a tick over fight, just to keep him busy. So if it goes how it should, this should just be another name on the list for Atamu. But Franklin's confident. He believes that he's going to go in there and cause an upset. I mean, he has to believe that, or there's no point turning up. But I personally can't see it. I don't see nothing other than a devastating knockout. I believe it's going to end within 6 minutes, 2 rounds. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But we ain't got too long to wait for that. That fight is actually this Saturday, the 28th. So yeah, I'll be looking out for that one. I'm going to be a bit busy, but I'll be keeping in tune with what's going on in that fight. But yeah, I believe it's a Moses Atama knockout. And I doubt if it's going to be it's going to play out any different from that. But again, time will tell. We'll see. So that's just a quick little catch up regarding the boxing. I'm going to come back with another video about football, because obviously Arsenal played Man City and we lost. If you saw the live, you can see that I covered that game anyway. But yeah, hit the like, share, and subscribe, and I'm going to see you again on another video.